Chapter 30. Huang Feihu was enjoying the New Year's feast with his brothers Huang Feibiao and Huang Feibao, his generals Huang Ming, Zhou Ji, Long Huan, and Wu Qian, and his three sons Huang Tianlu, Huang Tianzhi, and Huang Tianxiang when Lady Jia's attendants returned. "Your Highness, disasters befallen us," they reported in great fright. "What happened?" Huang Feihu asked hurriedly. The attendants knelt down. "We don't know why, but our mistress Lady Jia threw herself from the star-picking mansion, and concubine Huang of the West Palace was thrown off the building by His Majesty. Both are dead." Huang Tianlu, aged 14, Huang Tianzhi, 12, and Huang Tianxiang, 7, immediately burst into tears. But Huang Feihu remained silent at the news. "Don't hesitate, brother," Huang Ming urged him. The tyrant must have been fascinated by sister's beauty and attempted to insult her. She defended her chastity by suicide. Concubine Huang must have learned of her tragic death and protested, so he threw her off the mansion. This is undoubtedly what happened. The old proverb teaches us that should the monarch rule improperly, his subjects may seek a new master. Look, we're brave and loyal, fighting for the king in the north, south, east, and west. If we remain indifferent to such a serious matter, we'll be ridiculed by the heroes. Since the king insults his subjects, we can only rebel. There's no other choice." The four generals took up their weapons, mounted their horses, and rode out of the mansion. Seeing them leave, ready to take action, Huang Feihu hesitated. "How can I rebel just for a woman's sake? How will I be able to defend my position when the rebellion is known to all?" He ran outside and shouted to the four generals, "Come back, brothers. Let's discuss what to do and where to go. We'll have to prepare carts for our baggage. How can you four leave here alone?" The four generals turned back and went inside with Huang Feihu. Unexpectedly, Huang Feihu raised his sword in his hand. "You rogues! You don't repay royal favor, but take action detrimental to my whole family. What's the death of my wife got to do with you? Have you ever thought that the Huang family has served the dynasty faithfully for 7 generations, enjoying royal favor for more than 200 years? How can we declare a rebellion against the government just because a woman has died? You're just using this as an excuse to plunder Zhaoga. You forget that you're high military officials, wearing the golden belts of a vice." The generals were momentarily dumbstruck, but then General Huang Ming laughed. "Brother, you're absolutely right. The matter has nothing to do with us at all. Why should we be angry about it?" They sat down again to the feast, eating, drinking, and laughing incessantly. But Huang Feihu's heart was boiling. His three sons' bitter sobbing resounded in his ears. "What makes you four so happy?" he demanded. "Brother, you're in trouble, we're not. This is New Year's Day. We ought to enjoy ourselves. It has nothing to do with you," Huang Ming replied. Huang Feihu exploded with rage. "How can you laugh when I'm in such distress? To tell you the truth, brother, we're all laughing at you," General Zhou Ji said coldly. "Am I a laughingstock? I'm the highest official in the kingdom. I'm the head of all the ministers. What's there to be laughed at?" Huang Feihu demanded. "Brother, you're quite right. You enjoy high rank. Those who know, of course, realize that the service you've rendered the kingdom fully qualifies you for such glory. But those who don't would think that your power and riches are only due to the king's appreciation of your wife's beauty," General Zhou Ji answered. Zhou Ji's acute answer made Huang Feihu boil with rage. He ordered his guards, "Pack up the luggage and get ready to fight our way out of Zhaoga." As his elder brother was determined to rebel, Huang Feibiao organized 1,000 soldiers and 400 carts, all loaded with gold, silver, pearls, and other valuables in preparation for the journey. Huang Feihu doubtfully asked his 3 sons, 2 brothers, and 4 trusted generals, "But where shall we go, brother? Don't you know the ancient proverb that the talented choose only a virtuous master? King Wu in West Qi already has political influence over 2/3 of the kingdom. Let's go to him. What could be better? General Huang Ming suggested, as he thought. I've incited him to rebel, but he might regret it and change his mind. I must make it impossible for him to turn back. He said. Revenge for Lady Jia and concubine Huang will be slow if we wait till we've fought our way through the 5 passes and asked King Wu for troops. We ought to challenge King Zhou to battle before we leave. What do you think, brother? Huang Feihu agreed without thinking. He put on his armor, mounted his divine ox, and then rode with his brothers and generals to the palace gate. His sons, under the protection of family guards, left the capital through the west gate along with the luggage carts. Dawn was just breaking when they reached the palace gate. Tell the tyrant to come out and explain himself without delay. General Zhou Ji shouted. If he's slow about it, we'll break into the palace. It'll be too late to regret it then. After the death of Lady Jia and concubine Huang, King Zhou was filled with remorse. He was sitting alone in the Dragon Virtue Hall when a guard rushed in. Huang Feihu's rebelled. He challenges you at the palace gate. King Zhou was furious and took the opportunity to vent his frustration. The bloody bastard. How dare he? He put on his armor, took a cutlass and rode out on his jaunty horse, followed by the palace army. Though Huang Feihu was determined to rebel, he felt ashamed to meet him. Zhou Ji read it from his expression. Tyrant! You mishandle administration and have insulted the wife of your minister. You're wanton and barbarous. He shouted. Raising his axe, he rode his horse at King Zhou. The king lifted his big cutlass to parry the blow. Without losing any time, Huang Ming urged his horse forward to join the attack. Huang Feihu said nothing, but he was displeased. They rushed into fight without giving me a chance to clarify the facts with the king. He had no choice but to spur his divine ox forward to join the combat. It was like a fight between a dragon and 3 tigers. King Zhou played his cutlass with skill, but he could not withstand the combined attack of the 3 generals. After 30 rounds, he had to give up ground and flee back through the palace gate. Huang Ming wanted to follow in pursuit, but Huang Feihu stopped him. They left Zhaoge through the west gate, quickly caught up with the rest of the family, and went on together towards Mengjin. After his defeat, King Zhou fled into the palace and sat in his court, brooding remorsefully, but it was too late. At the news of the rebellion of Prince Huang Feihu, the people of the capital closed their doors and few ventured out onto the streets. When the ministers heard about the battle, they appeared before the king to comfort him. What made Huang Feihu rebel against your majesty? They asked. King Zhou was naturally unwilling to admit his guilt. When Madame Jia entered the palace to offer New Year's Day greetings, she offended my queen, and then committed suicide by throwing herself off a balcony. Concubine Huang relied on the power of her brother and tried to get away with insulting Her Majesty. She was accidentally pushed off the building. I really don't understand why Huang Feihu has rebelled. Tell me quickly how I should deal with the matter. The ministers remained silent, no one daring to speak first. As everyone pondered in silence, news came that the Grand Tutor had returned from the East Sea District. Cheered by the news, they left the palace and rode out of the city to meet the Grand Tutor. As was the usual custom, Grand Tutor Wen asked his fellow colleagues to meet him at the palace gate. Grand Tutor Wen then dismounted from his black unicorn, greeted the ministers and walked to the 9-chamber hall. He kowtowed to the king, got up and looked round. There was no sign of Prince Huang Feihu. Your Majesty, why's Huang Feihu absent today? The Grand Tutor asked. Huang Feihu's rebelled. How can that be? Why did he rebel? The Grand Tutor asked in surprise. King Zhou repeated his version of the story and then added, I never imagined that Huang Feihu would have the gall to attack me at the palace gate. I was lucky to escape unharmed. Huang Feihu and his gang have already left the capital through the west gate. I hope that you'll bring them back to be dealt with according to the law. The king's fabrications angered the Grand Tutor. It seems to me that this has been caused solely by your ill treatment of him. Huang Feihu's always been loyal and patriotic. Lady Jia entered the palace to offer New Year greetings in fulfillment of the ritual duty of a subject. How could she commit suicide without cause? Moreover, the star-picking mansion are your private living quarters, not the central palace. Why did Lady Jia go up there? He demanded sternly. Someone must have tricked her into doing so in order to push you into a trap. Why didn't you consider it carefully and refrain from insulting her? Concubine Huang learned that her sister-in-law died so tragically, and must have rushed upstairs to protest to you and Daji. But in your partiality for Daji, you ruthlessly threw her off the balcony. The fault doesn't lie with them. As the proverb says, should the monarch rule improperly, his subjects may seek a new master. Huang Feihu must have felt frustrated. For although he's loyal and has served you with great merit, he's been unable to bring honor and happiness to his wife and children. On the contrary, his wife and sister have died tragically. Your Majesty, you should forgive him for all his transgressions. I'll go after him and ask him to return to the capital so that peace may be protected. When he finished, he was applauded by all the ministers. Your Majesty, the Grand Tutor's right. We earnestly hope that you'll issue a decree forgiving Huang Feihu and his followers for the sake of the state. They cried in one voice. Grand Tutor Wen spoke again. We should forgive Huang Feihu because His Majesty didn't treat him properly. But on the other hand, we ought to consider whether Huang Feihu's committed any crime against His Majesty, lest we make a wrong decision on the matter. Xu Rong, a junior minister, moved forward. The king was certainly not right to have insulted the wife of his subject, and to have thrown concubine Huang to her death, but Huang Feihu was wrong to attack the palace gate with his men. He showed gross disrespect for His Majesty. You're all dim and dull today, speaking only of the faults committed by His Majesty and not of Huang Feihu's treachery. Grand Tutor Wen reprimanded his colleagues and then ordered General Ji Li and Yu Qing. Send urgent orders to Lingtong, the Good Dream, and the Green Dragon passes that they must on no account allow the rebels through. That way, I'll have sufficient time to trace them. How did events develop? If you want to know, you must read the next chapter.